Hey, good afternoon. Russell of Hotels going live. You know, for that show, On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Today is show number 308. Can you believe it? 308 shows. Today's Wednesday. Okay, so this is normally on Tuesdays. I know, but I was traveling yesterday. I just finished. I obviously you can see I just finished traveling. Oh, I just got back yesterday. I'm adjusting my camera as I'm talking to you. Um, so I just finished, Destination Southeast, which is at the PGA National Resort in Florida. So I just finished that yesterday, and I could not do On Air with Russell of Hotels. I know so many people are out there. They're like, "What the heck is going on here?" I'm getting emails and text messages and all kind of things, and phone calls like, "What's going on? You're not doing it today?" Well, I couldn't do it yesterday, so it's my show, so I can do it any day, right? So I said, let me just move the Tuesday show to Wednesday, so we don't miss a beat. Well, we missed a beat yesterday, but we definitely won't miss a beat today. So today, every time I do one of these shows, and this is the monologue section or the portion of the show, so I'll start the intro in a minute, but I just want to make sure everything is working. I have everything on, so I want to make sure my comments are on. So if you're live on YouTube, feel free to make comments in real time. LinkedIn, you can make comments too, but they're just not in real time. So if you make comments on LinkedIn, I'll have to go back later and check them out and say, hey, so and so said this, so and so said that, and I'll address your question or your comment at that time. But if you're on, check it out. If you're on YouTube, just go over to YouTube. Russell of Hotels is the name of my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. You know the drill, right? Everyone says that. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that button, bing, and you'll get notifications anytime I go live. But if you do comments on there in real time, I'll get them here and I'll put them on the screen in real time so the whole world can see. This is a global show. People around the world watch it, okay? And some people here don't believe it, okay? So all right, you got to be a believer, you know what I mean? I'm here for it. But anyway, no. This week was great. It was one of those one of those weekends. I mean, I guess it started on for me Saturday night because I had a red eye. So 11 o'clock, I left here LAX, right? Going to Fort Lauderdale, because Fort Lauderdale is I guess it's the closest airport to the PGA National Resort. I think there's another airport you can fly into, but I flew into Fort Lauderdale, okay? So that's an hour away from there. So from here to there was 4.5 hours. So I got there roughly, landed about a little bit after 7 o'clock, and then it's an hour away from there. So got to my hotel, I got to the PGA National Resort, probably around 8:15ish. Checked in. People say, well, did you go to sleep? I wish I could. First of all, I can't sleep on a plane, okay? And for a hotel room, I don't care how nice and how plush the hotel is, it takes me at least a day. And a lot of people have this same thing. They travel a lot. It takes me at least a day to get used to the bed, okay? So needless to say, I didn't get sleep until the next day. Okay, but no, it was all good. I love the resort, love the air. I had never been to this part of Florida. I've been to Orlando. I've been to Miami. Check this out. Someone asked me the other day. I've been to Miami, but I've never been outside of the airport. I've had connecting flights to like Costa Rica or some other countries, Caribbean nations or whatever. I've used that, the airport to kind of just connect, but never been outside the airport in Miami. I've never been to Miami. And and people that I meet with, in fact, yesterday, I met with a couple people from Miami, and they say, have you ever been to Miami? I'm like, I've booked there. I booked sight unseen, probably, I don't know, 10 groups, I would say, over the past couple of years, but I've never been to Miami. I've never seen the hotels. I just book sight unseen. I do my research and pray to God that everything works. But So I maybe I need to make it to Miami at one time. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been to Orlando. Okay, so I've been to Orlando and I've been here. I think it's called West Palm Beach. Is it called Palm Beach? Palm Gardens. I've been to Palm Gardens where this resort is. So there you go. And that was just the other day. So anyway, once again, this is On Air with Russell of Hotels, show number 308. I can't even believe it's 308 shows. But anyway, this was the monologue. So I'm going to start the show. I'm going to start the intro, and then we'll get back and get into the meat of the show. Not necessarily a topic today. It's just about showing PGA National Resort and then just talking about Destination Southeast as well as Northstar. So there you go. So hold on a second. Hold on to your hat. So we're going to get started. So I'm going to push a couple buttons and off we go. Hey, once again, thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. I'm Russell L. Edmond, just in case you did not know. People just call me Russell of Hotels. You know, hey, Russell of Hotels, is your last name Hotels and your middle name is Of? I'm like, yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it is. So however you want to say it, that's fine. But yeah, I go by the name of Russell of Hotels. That's the company name. But yeah, I mean, people call me that. People just call me Russell or Russell L. Edmond. That's my name. That's all good. It's all good in the hood. So anyway, no. Once again, appreciate the PGA National Resort for, opening up their hotel to a bunch of meeting planners as well as suppliers. You got people on the hotel side as well as the DMO side, or CVB. That's the old term, right? But we appreciate, and of course, Northstar for solidifying everything and organizing everything at this hotel or at this resort. We appreciate all the hard work you guys do. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that go on at with Northstar, and I kind of saw some stuff firsthand, right? I kind of peeked in. They had the board meeting, they had a board room, I guess, and they're setting up and talking about things or whatever. Strategizing, right? And I just happened to kind of look in, right? I wasn't really listening, but kind of looking and seeing, it's a lot going on. Okay, I'll just say that it's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot of people involved in making it a success, and they do a great job. So I do appreciate everything they do, and I appreciate them giving me the opportunity to actually have conversation with people to elevate their brand, and that's what it was all about for me. Well, I was doing double duty, okay? Double duty. So I was there as a meeting planner I call it hotel site selection. The meeting planning thing, I work for a meeting planner or meeting planners, right? So they're the ones that plan it for the most part. I just help them with the RFPs and doing the site selection and setting up, tours and things for my clients and all those kind of things, right? So whatever specifics of the meetings, yeah, I help them. But as far as the content of the meeting, that's the meeting planner. They work for that company. I'm just there to assist them with this process so they don't have to worry about it because, there's a lot of moving parts on here too, right? And they got enough to worry about. So my job is just to maybe, take a couple of things off of their plate so that they don't have to worry about it. So there you go. There you go. But I know a lot of stuff going on with Northstar. I mean, just the intricate details of planning an event for, roughly 200 people. And of course, you got meeting planners or meeting professionals, as well as hotel people and, DMO people, destination marketing organizations, or some people may know that as CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau. I guess it depends on how old you are, but that term is interchangeable. Those acronyms, we people within the hospitality industry, we use a lot of acronyms: DMO, CVB, DMCs, ADR, OCC, whatever, occupancy, okay. SGMP, CalSAE, ASAE, IMAX. I mean, we use so many of these acronyms, and people are like, what the heck does that mean? Where are you going now? I'm going to IMAX. What the heck is IMAX? You don't know IMAX? Oh my God, it's in Vegas. It's the world's largest. Blah 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 blah. Like, no, I don't know that. Oh, you're not in the industry. Well, if you're not in the industry, if you're not in the industry and not in sales, a lot of these acronyms you don't know, but you should know. I mean, hotel people know the ADR, occupancy and all those kind of things, RevPAR, all those kind of things. I guess it depends on what your role is in the hotel. But anyway, I'm rambling now. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. So the resort, every time I do one of these shows, I mentioned, did I mention this a while ago? Maybe I didn't. But if I did, I'm going to mention it again. Every time I do a show on air with Russell of Hotels, which is on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, now today is a special Hump Day edition, okay, because I was not available yesterday. So that's why I'm doing it today. So for those people in the back, they're like, why is he doing this on Wednesday? I'm lost. No, today is Wednesday. I normally do it on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. But today I said, you know what, I'm going to do it today. Actually, it was at 1 o'clock, but I changed it to 1:10 because I wasn't ready. I had to do some things, right? So forgive me. So, but yeah, normally it's on every Tuesday. And then also I do a daily check-in, which is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So guess what? You got 5 days a week of me, whether you want it or not. Live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. The replay will be on those same platforms, as well as I'll put it on Facebook as well. So if you follow me on Facebook, or we're friends on Facebook, whatever the heck it's called, you can do that too. Are people really friends on Facebook? I mean, are you really friends? Oh, I mean, I have people that I thought were friends, but they're not really friends. I mean, I don't know. But they could be family or whatever. So, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know where I came up with that, where that came from. So, like I said, everything I show, I'm always showcasing the hotel. Of course, I just went to PGA National Resort, so of course I'm going to be showcasing that hotel in its entirety. Whatever photos I took, videos I took, I'm gonna share them with you. So there you go. Just like last week, it seemed like last week I was just in Panama sharing those photos. Well, it seems like that because I was just in Panama last week. So now I'm sharing these photos because this is the most recent trip. Okay, so come on now, people. Stop texting me like, why are you showing this hotel now? We were looking at Panama. Well, Panama was like a week ago now. Okay, this is the most recent, so this is what I'm showing. Okay, so let's take a breath. So anyway, that was for me. Anyway, top 50 podcasts in hospitality. A lot of people don't even know that, right? And you know what? I talk about it in its entirety here on the show or on my daily check-in. But when it comes to being out there, like I'm talking to people and I'm speaking with people and they're saying, hey, you do a podcast. I never mention, oh yeah, I'm on the top 50 podcasts. I don't know. It seems like it's easier just to mention it on this show because I'm going through this show and it's about this show. It's a podcast, right? For me to say it and like to people are like looking at me like, yeah, right, okay. What is International Hospitality Institute? They'll start with that. And I'm like, well, look it up. You just Google all this stuff, right? But anyway, Russell of Hotels, or On Air with Russell of Hotels. Yes, one of the top 50 podcasts in hospitality for 2025. So there you go. And there's more than 50, right? I don't know where I rank, and it doesn't matter. Top 50 is cool. I mean, I can be number 50. I don't care. Number 50. There you go. It doesn't matter. As long as you make the list, I think that's a good thing. So once again, shout out to International Hospitality Institute. Appreciate the distinction, the recognition, as well as shout out to everyone else out there that are, colleagues of mine. So a couple of them are even friends. So I appreciate, we're able to share the stage with 49 other people. I appreciate it. So, and this is the view from my guest room, right? So this is actually a view from the room. You can see part of the golf course. Everything's so green and lush. I mean, it rains all the time, so it should be, right? To the left of there is like the putting green that I can see. Not putting green, but driving range, excuse me. So, and it was hot as heck. So I know someone's out there asking, well, did you get out there and, hit a couple of balls? No, I didn't. No, I did not. Okay, it was pretty toasty out there. It's really humid. I don't know if it's like this all year round, but it was definitely out like this a couple of days ago when I was there. But no, I wasn't. I didn't have time to play golf, or not that I really wanted to, but I didn't have time to do any of that stuff. So, but a lot of people did, and they seemed to enjoy themselves. And like I said, everything is just so green and lush, and it's all spread out, So everybody had a great time. So, and that's all you want is have a great time. So this is the pool area. Part of it. You can see, I think, a lake in the background as well, but you can see the pool in the forefront, right behind my chair, right there, as I sit and talk to you. But yeah, so once again, it's a PGA National Resort. So yeah, and I have some specifics of the hotel because I always want to share the vitals of the hotel. What makes that hotel tick? What makes it breathe? Okay, how many rooms? How much? Everybody wants to know. What's the how many rooms and what's the square footage and all, well, I got all that for you, okay? I even got when it was renovated last, okay, which kind of surprised me, okay? I have to say I was kind of surprised about that, but anyway, we'll get into that in a minute, in a minute. So this is my guest room. Yeah, it's funny, not funny, but odd, peculiar when when we go to these hotels, like I said, we were there for Destination Southeast, right? And you always do a tour, right? There's always a tour before like the reception or whatever in the evening. So tour say 5:30, something like that. And then we see all the public spaces, the restaurants and all those kind of things. And they show us guest rooms, right? And I'm like, well, and I'm thinking they're going to show something that we haven't seen because we are all staying at this hotel, right? So I'm thinking the guest rooms are going to be different than the ones that I have, right? Well, no, it's the same room. Like, so why do we show that room? We need to remember like on site tours and site inspections, read the room kind of thing. Sometimes we got to read the room. I remember doing site tours with my clients when I'm on the hotel side, right? My last hotel as a director of sales the director of sales and marketing was at the Sheraton Universal. So you listen to your clients, right? If a client tells you, I only want to see this, and that, well, guess what? Only show them this, and that. It could be a timing issue. It could be like, well, they don't have time to enjoy that, so they're not going to be there. So I don't want to see the spa, okay? I don't want to see the spa. I don't want to see the golf course because they don't have time to do that. Maybe next time when they come back for another meeting, they will. But right now, they're not going to have time, so I don't want to see it. So clients have told me that up front, right? And sometimes you have to read the room. Well, if I have a guest that's staying here and I'm showing just another standard room, why would I show that room? It was the same exact room that all of us had. And remember this, all meeting planners or hotel site selection people, they all talk. They all chat amongst each other. Why are they showing this room? So anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there because that's important. Because sometimes you lose a client if you're showing them things that they didn't ask to see. And not that we pinpointed this for this gentleman not to show us, but once again, sometimes you have to read the room. Okay, so that's all I'm saying to that. That's just a bit of advice for our hotel salespeople. Okay, read the room. Sometimes they're not going to tell you, but you just read it. Okay, and this hotel is pretty big, right? This resort is pretty sprawling. So just think that they had to show. They probably didn't show as much as they could have, but when it comes to this, especially if it's a long tour, you don't want to show them anything they don't want to see because that's going to drain them even more. And then what if they're seeing other hotels? Okay. And then they're always going to remember, well, this person showed me this room and I already have the same room. I'm staying here, I have the same room. So why would they show me that? I mean, that's just me. Okay. Is that just me? I mean, I don't know. Make some comments, people. Is that just me? The comments are open. Did I say that? Yeah, I did say that already. So maybe it's just me, but no, it's not just me. But anyway, like I said, I've been on both sides and I can have that conversation. I can say that. So this is one of I think this is like kind of a private little dining area within one of the restaurants. I just thought I'd take a picture because they had windows and it kind of overlooked the outside or whatever. So the blog. So only reason I'm showing you this is because of the blog. I just want to tell you the blog. So normally, anytime I have a topic or anything, it's going to be on the blog. So past topics, hotels that I've been to, like the Panama trip that I just took, those hotels or the hotel we stayed in, the Sofitel, is there. So go to the blog and check it out. So the blog is about just information, the trips that I've taken, hotels that I've stayed in, just information, topics that I've discussed on air with Russell of Hotels or my daily check-in. So make sure you go to the blog, which is russellofhotels.com. That's the website. So just go to the blog section. It's a drop down, hit the button, bing, and it'll just pop up just like that. Like, oh my God, some good information here. But yeah, so everything that I normally do is on the blog. So just check that out. Check it out if you would. Check it out if you would. And every now and then, for people that just joining me, every now and then I break out into songs. Okay, so no rhyme or reason, just singing just because. And I can't sing, and I know that. One of my friends said, "Do you really think you can sing?" Because sometimes they'll say some things and it'll jog, something in me, and I'll just start talking, like singing a little jingle, whatever. They say, "Do you think you can sing?" I'm like, "No, I don't think I can sing. I'm just saying that. I mean, is it irritating you?" Like, yeah, well, that was the whole purpose for it. It's not that I can sing, it's just to see if I can irritate you. Woo, that was a good one. So once again, PGA National Resort in Palm Garden. Is it Palm Gardens, Florida? Yeah, I guess Palm Gardens, Florida. I'd never been there. I apologize, but I had never even heard of it. Like, okay, but I know PGA National, right? When you hear PGA National, you're like, okay, golf. Okay, there's 6 golf courses here on this property. 6! Wow, I was like, wow. So I think the people that had the golf excursion, because at a lot of these events, they give you an option to do an activity. Okay, so the activity could be, I think, pickleball was one. Now I would have loved to do that, but I was busy doing some other stuff. Pickleball, hang out at the pool. I got a pool at home I don't hang out in. So I don't need to go somewhere else and hang out at someone else's pool when I don't even do it at my own. So that's fine, or golf. And I think they limited to, was it 3 holes? I'm not sure. I can't even remember. Was it 3 holes or whatever? I'm not sure how many they played. I know they didn't do 18 because I want to say they probably only had about 3 hours to do it. So maybe about 3 holes or whatever, just enough to get the feel of a PGA, ranked, golf course. I would have done that just for the experience alone. Just give me 1 hole. I don't need 3. Just let me see if I can air it out. One of those 500 yards, 5 par, courses or holes. I'll do that. Just give me that one and I'm done. One and done. And I'll be, going to my room because I'll probably be sweaty and almost passing out. But anyway, so I just want to give you the specifics of this hotel. 339 guest rooms, 60,873 square feet of meeting space. And they have some great meeting space too. Renovation. Now, this was surprising. Renovation was done in 2022. Wait a minute. I think I get all my information from it did say 2023. Let me change that real quick. Boom. Okay. So renovation was done 2023 according to CVent. So I get all my information, any updates or whatever, I look on CVent before I go live on the show. So I do my homework, right? I don't just commit this to memory. I don't just someone told me. No, I go to CVent. So if your CVent account is up to date, that's what it told me. So that's where I get my information from. It's a 4-diamond hotel. Like I said, renovation 2023, and that was only a couple years ago. So I'm not sure what they renovated. Maybe this part probably was renovated, and from what I saw, is like over $100 million that they renovated. And I just wanted the guest rooms were, I don't want to say they didn't look renovated, but the style of the guest room, maybe they renovated with that particular style, so maybe that's what it was. So I would just question that a little bit, but The room was nice, it was nice, but it just seemed like it was, I don't want to say dated, maybe the era, the I was trying to think of what is the style. It's probably the style like that. They do it in Palm Springs. What is Palm Springs? The style, the motif. I can't think of it now. It doesn't. It's not hitting me right now. But I'm sure that's the style that they're looking for. It probably is renovated, but the style seems a little. It seems 70-ish. Okay, not saying the 70s was a bad year, a bad decade. You know what I mean? But I guess maybe that's what they're going for. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It works. It works. It works. So because the hotel itself was built in '81. Okay, so a lot of people didn't know that. It was built in 1981. Over $100 million spent in 2023. I'm looking at my notes down here. So there you go. So and it's a four diamond hotel, which means there's a lot of things that come along with it. Room service probably goes to at least 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, if not 24 hours. I think in order to be a in order to be a five diamond hotel, I think it has to be like 24-hour room service or something like that. So there's different things that go into being a four diamond, up to a five diamond hotel. Okay, so if they didn't have certain things, then we'd knock it down from a four diamond down to a three diamond, right? So yeah, there's a lot of different things that play into that number, just in case you did not know. So why don't you research that? Do that research, or maybe I'll do that. I've done a show on that before. What's the different things that make up a four diamond hotel, three diamond hotel to a four diamond, and then how do you take it from a four diamond up to a five diamond? It's about the services that you provide. It's very seldom about the aesthetics of the hotel, but it's about the services. So just in case you did not know, and I'm still trying to think of what that in Palm Springs, what it's called. Gosh, I don't know why because I used to work at a hotel that had the same kind of motif, if you will. So once again, I think this is another view from you can see the driving range right there. You see those guys either walking to or from the driving range, right? So yeah, just a beautiful hotel, beautiful grounds. I just love it. Just love it. See, I break in the song. So okay, I always say who's hiring. Now this has nothing to do with Palm Beach Gardens or Palm Gardens where this hotel is situated, or Fort Lauderdale. These are jobs that are in the greater Los Angeles area, because today I happen to be in the Los Angeles area. So who's hiring? And it's just about three of them. So real quick, the Sunrose Hotel in West Hollywood, WeHo. That's what they call it. Another acronym, right? WEHO. That's WeHo, West Hollywood. That's an acronym. Okay. Remember I said hotel people love to do acronyms? Well, obviously people in WeHo like to do it as well. So yeah, so the Sunrose Hotel, which was formerly something else, and I cannot remember what the hotel was before, but it's definitely not a new build. So the Sunrose Hotel in West Hollywood, California, they're looking for a director of sales and marketing. The Sand and Sea Hotel in Santa Monica, they're looking for a dorm. What is a dorm? DORM. Now, some people are out there, dorm, what is that? What is that? That's another acronym, Director of Revenue Management. That's what DORM stands for. See, a lot of people don't even know that. So my job is to educate people. And the Sheraton Universal, my old stomping grounds, I used to be the Director of Sales and Marketing there back in the day, maybe about 6 years ago, I think. That was my last hotel, too. They're looking for a senior sales manager. They're looking to replace Mr. Ernesto Alonso, okay? He went to another hotel. And I know they miss him because Ernesto's probably one of the best sales managers I work with. I mean, just hungry, just want to learn, just someone that will do whatever it takes to get guests in, not afraid to, show himself on social media, just elevating his brand. I mean, just someone that's not afraid to do that. We got a lot of salespeople out there that are afraid to do that. He's not one of them, okay? So his success, a lot of his success comes from, of course, longevity in his job, being loyal to his clients, being loyal to whoever he works for, but not afraid to elevate his brand by being visible. So visibility is a key thing in his success. And I guarantee you, a lot of people that are success is because they're visible. Now, being successful is not picking up the phone and just answering the phone or getting emails and just, oh, I made my goals. No, being successful is going out and being proactive, not reactive. Okay. So Ernesto is definitely a hunter. Okay. Some people that are hunters and some people that are gatherers. He's definitely a hunter. Okay. So visibility is the key, right? That's all I got to say. And that's a lot of things that I say, right? I can, that's all I got to say. And there's a lot that I'm saying, right? All of that same sentence, right? So visibility is the key. So anyway, why did I even say talking about Ernesto? Oh, because he used to work at the Sheraton Universal. And that's going to be those are some tough shoes to fill. I'll just say that. So of course it's a senior salesperson position. So of course they're going to come with some experience. So make sure you pack your lunch when you come and sell that hotel. I mean, it's a great hotel. I think it's probably an easy sell, but it's just that you got to be out there. You have to be visible. And if you're not one that's willing to put in that type of work, don't apply for the job. Woo, man, I said it. I used to work there, so I can say that, right? And things have changed since I worked there, right? Hopefully they understand a little bit more about that visibility aspect. Well, at least Ernesto did. Okay, so there you go. Boom. I said it. I said all of that. So anyway, once again, PGA National Resort. Every Tuesday, this show comes on air with Russell of Hotels, 1 o'clock PST. That means in California. On the East Coast, is at 4 o'clock. So just so you know, just in case, you didn't know your time zones or whatever. And there's some people that don't. They're like, what? It comes on at what time? What? They think, I say 1 o'clock. They say, well, I checked out your show. It didn't come on at 1 o'clock. I said, where are you located? I'm in New York. Well, it comes on at 4 o'clock there. Oh, okay. So anyway, once again, this is the PGA National Resort. Love this hotel. It was my first time there. Love the area. I mean, that whole area is nice, right? From Fort Lauderdale, of course, like I said, I took an Uber. Took an Uber from the airport. So I didn't realize when I got in the car, he said like an hour away. He said 60 something minutes. I was like, what? I said, I'm thinking it's down the street. He said, no, it's an hour away. I'm like, oh my God. So you get a chance to look at things, see what's going on, see what's around there, that kind of stuff. So there you go. It was cool. But once again, on air with Russell of Hotels, this live hospitality talk show comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, today was just because I couldn't do it yesterday. So that's why I'm doing it today. So just so you know. Okay, and we're almost done here. That's the thing. How much time? Just over 30 minutes. Normally this is about an hour, right? But you guys are, guess I ain't got a lot to talk about. But anyway, any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. And this is questions about anything. If this has to do with me, what I do, on air with Russell of Hotels or Russell of Hotels, the hotel site selection person or the consultant that helps people with visibility and elevating your brand. And I try to limit that to hospitality brands. So anyone in hospitality that wants, how can I elevate my brand? How can I do that? How can I be like this Ernesto you're talking about? I mean, those things, yeah, that's what I try to do is elevate people's brands. And what Northstar allowed me to do at Destination Southeast was elevate brands through conversation. And how do you do that? It's basically video production, right? Like doing videos. I mean, this is a live here, okay? So this is a live, so right now people are seeing it, right? So I can put it out as it is. There's no editing that's involved at all. Because and one reason why I do lives is because I don't like to edit. So I just do the lives, boom, they're done, put my little notes, and I keep it moving, right? Well, to do what we did, and shout out to Bruce Jordan, the MJ of hotels, and my director and producer of what we did, the elevating the brands, what we did at Destination Southeast, is that we have to edit those things, right? So it takes, to get all of them, it's going to take a couple of weeks to do that, right? So for people, and I made sure I let people know that this is going to take a couple of weeks to do. It's not like this. It's not turnkey where I can just push a button and we start talking, push the button again, and then it's over, right? No. there's a lot of, production that needs to be put into the ones that we did. Okay. So to make them look good, to make them look, they're going to be professional. I mean, this is professional too, but this is a live. This is totally different. Totally different. Okay. So be patient. They are going to happen. And I appreciate the people. It was 11 people that decided that, they want to elevate their brand. And I appreciate those 11 people. So who are those 11 people? Who are those people, you may ask? Well, I got a list right here. Okay. So Miranda Sizer, Corey Goldfarb, Tiffany English, Shalise DeMont, she's with Northstar, Mary Wiorick, Lucienne Rutherford. She's from Spain, right? And came over just to do Destination Southeast. Can you believe that? So shout out to her. A special shout out to her. Aquan Robinson with Experience Montgomery. Appreciate you. Chris Morris. Maybell Olufello. Appreciate you. Corinne Thomas. So those are the people that decided that they wanted to elevate their brand. Now, they were made up of meeting planners, DMOs, and hotel salespeople. Okay, so there wasn't just one group of people and someone from Northstar Meetings, which was Shalise. So you had different people. They're doing it for different reasons, right? Bottom line, it's about elevating your brand, letting people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them or people or, that kind of stuff. So that's what it's all about. It's about getting out. It's about being visible on this thing they call social media that, some people are afraid of, right? So it's all about, I'll continue to say this, it's all about visibility. It's all about showcasing what you do. It's all about your brand, not just the brand that you represent, but it begins with you. You're the brand that people buy. That's the thing that people don't understand. If I go to a hotel, if I'm, doing a site tour or whatever, along with my client, we're buying you. I mean, yeah, of course, the hotel has to fall in place. It has to have all the things that we're looking for. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to your hotel and the hotel across the street, or even in another destination, and you're the person that resonated with us, you sold yourself just as much as you sold your brand that you represent, guess who we're going to go with? It's a people person, right? A people industry, people-driven industry. And the more times we see people, the more likely we are to go with them, okay? Because we see them all the time. We see people, on social media. We see people on TV, and we just gravitate to those people for whatever reason. And it may not even be for the right reason, but we see them so much, they're like, oh, they must know what they're talking about. And that's how it works. Unfortunately, that's how it works sometimes, right? But you have to work it, right? You do have to work it. You have to work out, the system. You have to work the social media system, the algorithms, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Because if you want to be noticed, you have to put in the work. I mean, it's not for the people, and I always say this. Some people get it, some people don't. It's not for the people. Let me just say this. The things that I post, when I post something 5 days a week, right? That's in the form of a show like this on air or the daily check-in. Like I said, that's 5 days a week, right? So it's not for the people that know what I do. It's for the people that don't know what I do, that never seen me before, right? So my thing is, I'm never going to be caught up because there's always going to be someone that doesn't know who I am or what I do or how I can help them. So that's the attitude that I have. So I'm always going to continuously do these things to elevate the brand, elevate whatever I'm representing, because that's what it's all about. So if you ever think you're going to get caught up on social media, no, you got the wrong attitude, right? Oh, I'm gonna get to this point and I'm done. No, it's a ever changing, ever evolving thing, and I don't think people understand that this is marketing, this is branding, okay? Not necessarily selling, okay? It's branding. It's being in front of people. It's creating visibility. Some people think, okay, selling is the same thing as branding. No, it's not. Yeah, you can get to that point, but people have to know who you are. You know, they have to know who you are before you can get to that point where now I'm selling, I'm closing a sale, right? No, they have to get to that point. So It starts with this. It starts with the visibility aspect of it. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I do this 5 days a week, because it's not for the people like that person right there in back. They know who I am. Most of those people in there, other than the guy that's standing up there, they know who I am because they met me before at these events, right? It's not for them. It's for the people in the back that don't know who I am. Or that person, that one person right there who doesn't know who I am. But I met him, we talked, now he knows who I am. He has an idea who I am or, what I do. So that's what it's all about, right? So just make sure when someone gives you the opportunity to be visible, to, present yourself on social media or do some type of conversational, and these things weren't interviews, because some people will say, oh, you're interviewing people. Well, that's the word that you used, and that's their word, right? But it's not an interview, it's a conversation. It's just two people having conversations about who they are, what they do, and how they can help people, and what they do as far as, their clients, or what hotel they represent, or what organization they represent, or what they do to try to get more business or to appeal to more people. Because everybody has competition. Northstar has competition. Discover Montgomery or Visit Montgomery, they have competition. The Marriott where Corey represents, they have competition too. So what separates this hotel from the hotel across the street? Because they all have beds, right? And I'm sure hotels and resorts in the same area as this, the PGA National Resort, they all have golf courses. They all have a hotel. They all have restaurants. What separates this hotel from the one down the street? It's the people. And it's who I've seen and what they're saying. It's the people. 100% it's the people. So there you go. That is it. I just said that because I needed more time, right? So I'm like, I can't get out here in 30 minutes. So I got to get up to 40 minutes. So now I'm at 41 minutes. So now I can go. But anyway, no, thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that special Hump Day edition. But no, any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. My email is russell@russellofhotels.com. My website is russellofhotels.com. My phone number's on there. So if you want to call me, you don't want to text me or send me a message, you just want to just call me, reach out and touch. Just call me. People call me and they ask me questions, the darndest questions sometimes. But I'm here for all of that, right? So I never turn down a call. But my advice to people that are calling, leave a message, because I don't answer every phone. I may think it's some spam or something like that. Mid-century modern. Okay. Oh, I just see how things just come to me. Okay. Maybe I had to write it down. Okay. So what I was saying that when a little while ago, see that now, now I'm going back, right? So a little while ago, I was showing photos of the hotel, of my guest room, right? And because the hotel said they spend $100 million on certain things. I said, well, man, that's a lot of money. It is. I mean, for a hotel this size, the magnitude of this hotel, okay, $100 million probably within the budget. But it said that they just finished a renovation, like in 2023. That's 2022. That's just 3 years ago. This is 2025, right? And the guest rooms still had that kind of a different kind of motif. It's not modern, okay? So maybe it's that mid-century modern. That's the motif I was thinking about. And that's big in like the Palm Springs area, and maybe that's big in the Florida area, Palm Gardens area as well. So it's called mid-century modern, and I think maybe that's what they're going for, right? Because some of the couches is kind of the same shape as. Because I used to work at a hotel, Sportsman's Lodge. They redid their hotel, and they went for that mid-century modern motif, right? So maybe that's what they're doing here, and that's fine, right? But I just thought I'd throw that out there again. I don't know why, but you can see when I finally figure something out, I want to tell the world again, right? So anyway, once again, enough of that. Thank you again to Destination Southeast, or Northstar specifically. Appreciate everyone that was involved in allowing me to do what I did. Just having the conversation with people to elevate their brands. I do appreciate that. Appreciate it being announced during the breaks or right before the breaks. I do appreciate that. So Thank you again. You guys have a great day. Any questions at all? Like I said, feel free to, you can call me. Just go to my website, russellofhotels.com. Email me, russell@russellofhotels.com. That is it. You guys have a great day. As always, peace.